Let's go now to the Korean SSAM bar in Sarasota and check in for the first time today with Chef Judi. Hey, Judi.
Hi, Ray. I have to tell you, I'm so excited to be here. I came in several weeks ago before Irma to try their Korean food and their sushi. It is so on point. Korean is that fresh flavors of kimchi and sweetness with the meats. Such a variety you're going to see today of incredible seafood stews and sizzling pots and bibimbap. There's a great amount of food that's going to be here. And we're going to bring it to you. Now, they lost power for 8 days, so they lost everything in this restaurant. So it's all the more reason that we as locals need to come out here and to support our great restaurants that lost power. So stay with me throughout the hour. We are at the SSAM bar right on 301, and you are going to love it. Everybody that's here today, they're regulars. They come in 2 or 3 times a week for lunch and dinner. So we'll bring it all to you in just a few minutes right here at SSAM bar on 301. You know, I'm so happy to introduce you to the owner because this has been a great experience. We met and I felt like we connected immediately. You didn't know who I was,
right,
but we just had this great food connection. Tell us your history, what got you into cooking, and this used to be, everybody, the curry station, so people know the ideal location. So tell us a little bit about your history.
I came here about 30 years ago, and I grew up with grandma and grandparents, my mom and dad. Always watched them cooking, so I've got grandma's recipe and mom's recipes. I love to cook and just kind of have people enjoy, try to stay as home cooking and authentic as possible. And my recipes are from all scratch, and I've been here for 30 years, but I lived in Korea for what, 17 years?
So you had the balance of both. Now, when did the restaurant officially open?
Our restaurant in Bradenton was about, had it for 11 years. That was 12 years ago.
That's a track record.
Yes, about 12 years ago we had opened, and we sold it about a year ago.
And what made you move over here to Sarasota, and fortunately right near the WWSB home quarters? Our station is around the corner.
Yes. We always lived here in Sarasota, and my father has Taekwondo martial arts school where I actually brought up here in Sarasota as well. So it was quite a bit commute for us. So
that makes sense. Now, we're going to get to all this deliciousness in just a few minutes, but I want to talk about your Wall of Fame because I see so many two yups. This is amazing from so many different people from IMG and professionals. Tell us about that.
When we had the restaurant in Bradenton, where we had a lot of athletes, famous athletes came along and had all those sushi and Korean foods, and they always gave us thank you notes for having a delicious food.
Well, expect a few from WWSB because I have to tell you, this place is great. I'm so bringing you scalzi for lunch. Now, we're going to get back into the food when we come back, so sit tight. You're going to want to probably watch the video later on today to know exactly what we're talking about, but they're open for lunch and dinner Monday through Saturday, and you need to come here. The food is delicious. We want to support our local people that had a hard time during the hurricane, and we'll do so with more deliciousness coming up from SSAM Bar, Korean and sushi right here on 301. There's a lot to talk about with food, so yep, let's get right into it with the seafood pancake.
This is our traditional Korean seafood pancake with assorted vegetables, scallions, and zucchini and carrots with the flour and assorted seafood. And I have a bulgogi. That's a beef bulgogi marinated in some rice wine with the soy sauce, and it's just cooked in the wok, very light, no fat.
Yep, that's what I love. Now, very traditional Korean to have all these little side dishes.
Yes, that's basically for breakfast and lunch and dinner. Koreans do eat rice with some main entree, and some of those side dishes are very healthy, small, just side dishes, very vegetables.
So pungent, I love it. Let's go over to this bowl.
And that's the stone pot rice on the bottom with assorted vegetables, and you get to have a choice of a protein, chicken, tofu, or beef, or pork, and topped with egg, and you mix it all with a spicy sauce.
I love it. So it can be something that's vegetarian. Over here?
That's the spicy chicken bulgogi, and that's one of our famous chicken bulgogi. The sauce is marinated, and the sauce, again, I make it from the scratch.
It's so good. Now this, from now on, when I walk in, start making me that. And since people have seen it that have walked by, they've been ordering this soup.
That is right, and that's called seafood noodle soup, and the spiciness of scale goes from 0 to 5, so you can have non-spicy to spicy.
I'm a number 1,
You
just
got
so
it.
you know on that, okay?
Sounds
And
good.
also sushi, you've really brought the Japanese style in here as well.
Right, since we had a sushi and Korean restaurant in Bradenton, we had 4 different sushi chefs working very hard with it, and Yup taught them how to make all the sushis, and that's really traditional styles of the Japanese, and he does enjoy, and my children love sushi.
Yeah, and it's so fresh. The tuna is incredible. Now this sizzling pot of soup.
That is called Silky tofu soup with assorted vegetables. The broth is just a vegetarian broth, so that is very good soup of stew with the silky tofu.
And I know we're just about out of time. Let's get over to here because this is really popular.
That is correct. It is Korean kalbi, short beef rib. It's also marinated in same sauce as a bulgogi, and that sizzles and it stays with the bone, and it's tasty.
It's so good. You're going to want to lick your fingers. Our buddies from Rush Bbq drove up from Venice because they were watching us in the first segment. Said it looks tremendous. So that's another reason to come. So they have vegan, they have gluten-free, they have vegetarian, but they have some great meat dishes and seafood dishes. Thank you so much, but we're not quite done yet. After I get a bite of this, we're switching over to dessert. So stay with us. We're coming back in just a few moments. It's been a great visit over here. Talk about fresh Korean specialties. The menu is so large and will be really creative, but they'll give you that specialty of coming to the table and explaining things. And of course, some of the best sushi, I have to say, so incredibly fresh. The salmon and tuna, just beautiful with that eel sauce. But you know, I always finish with dessert. And of course, it would be the mochi. Really popular, comes in green tea, lemon, they have a red bean paste, several assortments, but this is truly the chance to enjoy an authentic dessert. And it's not too sweet. It's an interesting texture. You can see it starting to just kind of melt down, so you can tuck into this. There's also a great Mexican ice cream place just down from here. So check out SSAM Bar on 301. You're going to love it. Guys, have a great weekend.